Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our preview for the Blacklist Season 9, Episode 16. I'm probably going to get the pronunciation of this wrong. I have not seen the episode, so bear with me. I'm going to say that this title is Helen McGuy. We will see how that turns out.
My guy.
Hey, don't. Okay, we'll see. All right, no, but this episode should be really exciting. I mean, the big problem is we're coming off of what I think is one of the better episodes in some time, and that means expectations are going to be up here. So please don't do some filler nonsense with, robots and other things that we really don't need at this point.
I'm a little bit worried about that because this last episode was a 10 out of 10. It was so good. And we got so much meat on that bone that I'm just like, I am ready, counting down until we get to the next episode. Are they going to let us down and put in a filler? They might, but the synopsis feels like there is still going to be some continuation. So, you know what? I'm hopeful.
Here's what I think happens sometimes with the Blacklist. And by this, I'm mostly joking, but I'm still going to say it anyway. That somewhere the writers are off having some conversation and they're like, well, people know how good we can be now. So we gotta give them a couple episodes that are just kind of like what was. They don't take us for granted. They gotta really make us want. They gotta really crave those really good episodes.
Listen, there's not that many episodes left. Just let's ride this roller coaster to the end with no more filler. I don't need any more killer robots. I'm out on that. I am all in on this.
All right, well, if you guys want to be all in on us and continue the Blacklist discussions, we have multiple ones every week. Hit that subscribe button. We are very, very close to 60,000. Thank you guys who have been subscribing and working to help us get there. We very, very much appreciate it.
Yeah, it's extremely exciting. We're going to bake a cake, yes. YouTube cake. We're really excited about it. We're going to have a celebration when or if we hit that milestone. Hopefully we will. Maybe this weekend. I don't know. If you hit that subscribe button, you can help us. Yeah.
Help us have cake.
I'll make a cake anyways. Well, now I feel bad, like a dangling of the cake. You get a cake if no. Okay, I'll still make a cake this weekend anyways. But we're also going to be covering Better Call Saul. And if you really like the Blacklist and you haven't seen Better Call Saul, you really should. It's great. It's got a lot of mystery. You don't necessarily need to have seen Breaking Bad to know what's going on here. The show is extremely good at letting you know everything you would have needed to know. So yeah, we're going to be covering that starting next week.
Okay, so I think the first order of business in talking about this episode is apparently, per the synopsis, Reddington is going to be after a lead that will shed light on Liz's death, but then also Cooper's blackmailing. Where have we seen this before?
Yeah, I feel like they have said this exact same thing in the past 3 or 4 synopsises. So more of the same. He's going to be moving forward in more of it. And I am very curious to know where he's going to go from here, because in the last episode we saw, a bunch of people that gave big leads. They're dead now. Reggie's gone and the lawyer's gone. And what's going to be going on from here? Andrew only had a little bit of information really about this tracker, and it led to Reggie, and now Reggie is gone. So where does Reddington go from here? He's kind of back at ground zero.
The only thing that I could think of, and this is a very, very vague thing, and it's certainly not something that they explained, is unless they have some street camera footage of this person who came in and took the lawyer out, are they going to be able to track down that person? Because here's the thing, I tried to watch that close. This person was wearing as much undetectable fabric and a helmet and all. They made it very, very difficult for anyone to know exactly who they are or who they worked for.
They were geared up well for motorcycle riding. Good for you for wearing all the right stuff, because I see people riding around on motorcycles with a helmet and a t-shirt. How is that going to help you if you end up having a crash? It won't be good. I tell you that, man. You lose all your skin.
First of all, let's congratulate this assassin for putting safety first. They may be taking out other people and committing murder, but it doesn't matter.
Okay, listen. So you guys know that I have the Marvin theory, and
Yes.
I've seen some of you think maybe, some of you guys think no, I'm totally wrong. Again, it doesn't really matter if
Yeah.
I'm right or wrong, or Matt is right or
Yeah, of
wrong, or you
course.
guys are right or wrong. I just want to kind of put that out there because I saw some people getting really heated about it in the comments. Just remember that we're a channel that's just here for fun. We're
Yeah.
here to just have fun theories, discussions. It truly doesn't
No.
matter who's getting a pat on the back here. So,
No.
if Marvin and my Marvin theory actually pans out, that could be the lead that is going to be going forward for Reddington. And, it might not be him. This is the thing about the show is that up until the end of season 8, Marvin wouldn't have even been on my radar because this show is extremely complicated and they like to make it so complicated that you would never be able to figure out what is going on and who is behind anything. But since John Bokenkamp left, and he's the creator of the show and the mastermind behind a lot of the complicated stories that were going on, this season has been less complicated. There has been still good, solid mystery and stuff like that, and could lead to something like a Marvin that would give still good payoff. But it's been a little bit different. And that's why I'm kind of like, okay, maybe this Marvin thing could come into play because John's not on the show anymore and it's a lot less complicated. So just putting that out there as a bit of a reminder that things have changed.
They have
behind
changed.
the scenes.
Like they totally have. And I think the most important thing in sort of unraveling this mystery is whoever is behind it, whether it be Marvin, whether it be Panabaker that I've talked about in the past, whether it be, Neville Townsend coming in off the top rope just because he's number 2 on the blacklist. Like, this is the only reason, by the way, I can't let go of this, is they still have that number 2 sitting there.
He might be number 2.
Like, this is, I will...
I don't know.
It's unlikely, but I'd still, regardless of any of that, like, the most important thing here is that they have to make this emotionally satisfying, and that was obviously one of the big issues with the Reddington's identity mystery for all of these years, is no matter who Reddington is, it has to be a person or an idea that we're going to care about. And I don't really know how I'm going to be invested if I find out that the person responsible for all this is like a 1-episode bit player or somebody that we haven't seen, because we know Marvin, we know Panabaker, we're invested in these characters, and we care about them, and we can sort of, conjure up some possible motives. It's like, that's the stuff that inherently is going to make us the most excited. And I don't care if the reveal is not that surprising, if it's something that we can at least look at and be like, oh, that makes sense, and it gets us excited for where it's going to go from there.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a like, oh my goodness, shocker. It just needs to pay off. And the thing that I'm liking about the Marvin idea is that there has been enough clues, but not all the clues, so that if it does pay off as him, I'm going to feel good about it. Sort of the same with Panabaker and your theory. There's been enough clues that if it ends up being her, the payoff is going to be there for it. If they bring in some red shirt at the end of this where it's like, haha, it was Jack, I'm going to be like, no, okay, you know what? No, not having that.
Nobody cares about you, Jack.
Okay, so the other part about this synopsis is kind of like that the task force is going to be experiencing a major shakeup when one of their own is taken into custody, who is Cooper, obviously. Yeah. But I mean, it is going to be tough to watch that happening, but we all kind of know that it's coming, obviously, after this last episode.
Yeah, there's not a surprise there. I just hope that with the new sort of layout of the task force and whatever it's going to be, that it's like, it's not just the situation where, oh, wrestler's in charge and it sort of just moves on. Like, there needs to be like a different dynamic. There needs to be something that makes the task force have a different energy, or there's an absence from Cooper that really looms large, because then you're just left with like Aram, Park, and Wrestler, and it kind of like made me all...
And Dembe.
Oh yeah, Dembe's now in it as well. It's now in it as well. And now this is the thing though. I remember back like in the pilot of the show, there was like all these people wandering around all the time down there. It's like they got rid of all those extras. Like all those extras got fired a long time ago. So now it's just like, all right, you guys have this tiny handful of people. Nobody's really going to be able to oversee you. Panda Baker's a senator now, so she's got more important things to do. Like, are they really going to be able to handle all of this?
Yeah, I assume that they're probably just going to put Wrestler in charge because he's kind of the senior agent here. I mean, Dembe's brand new. Park's been around a couple of years. Rom's got other stuff as part of the task force as well. However, I'd like to just see them bring in somebody else that's kind of like someone that's capable of running the task force, but nobody really likes or wants to deal with, and give the task force even more of sort of a reason to come together. Because that's one of the things I've enjoyed tremendously about this season is seeing sort of the task force really come together for each other personally as well as professionally. So let's have a boss come in where they're like, oh, we don't want to work for this person. We're not enjoying this person. We need our Cooper back, so they will work harder to make sure that they can get him back.
Hashtag free Cooper. We can't have Harold locked away for the entirety of this season. He is too good. He is innocent. He did not this.
He's not completely innocent.
Okay,
listen, he didn't kill Dog.
That's all I care about. Sure, he broke other laws, but you know what? We're just
listen. Everybody on this task force has.
That's the thing. Okay, hopefully though, Cooper, maybe he's got to be in prison or in jeopardy long enough for the story to matter. Obviously,
yes.
But I hope by the end of the season, some of this will be resolved. I mean, I guess we shall see.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Reddington is going to have a big hand in getting him out of prison. He knows, obviously, Cooper is taking care of Agnes, and, so is Charlene. And right now, just Charlene is going to be, because that was laid out in the show. It's not, Cooper goes to jail and somebody else gets Agnes. Both of them were named as guardians. So Charlene is going to be taking care of Agnes until then. But I'm sure, Reddington has said multiple times, Cooper's doing a great job. He's fine and happy with this arrangement. He still gets to spend time with Agnes. He doesn't want Agnes on the run or having that kind of a lifestyle. So he's going to help.
Well, let's hope this episode gives us some more insight into what Harold's future is, gives us an interesting, tangible lead on what's going on with the blackmail and with Liz that can set the stage for other great stuff. We're probably not going to get answers, but that's okay.
That's all right. I'm here for the ride, and we're here till the wheels fall off.
All right. Well, you guys hit that subscribe button, so help us get to 60,000. We are going to be diving into all sorts of crazy stuff the rest of the season. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you here next time.